What's going on, guys? It's Duel-Threat Sports here with Christian and Rocky again, back for the spreads, picks, and predictions of Week 5. I hope everybody's having a good week.
I had a good week.
That's good, man. Is there any games you're looking forward to this week?
That's the Seahawks game, but that's happening Thursday.
Aha. You mean when they watch this, they're going to already know the score of the game, so they're technically in the future.
Yeah.
Technically. All right, so the first game, might as well start in with the shittiest game of the week. We got the Jets and the Falcons. All right, how about this? Who is going to pass for less?
Honestly, I think the Jets win here. I think they ride that win against the Titans versus Atlanta.
Well, I don't know if you've seen, for personal reasons, Calvin Ridley is not traveling to London or playing.
Oh, okay. Then now I definitely say yeah. I mean, young rookie quarterback out of the Jets. I think he's gonna take the first win. That was pretty much a fluke, and it had to have AJ Brown and Julio Jones had to be out of the game, and then the Titans had to make mistake after mistake. The Jets made mistake after mistake, and then after all that, they still should have ended on a tie, but the Titans just missed the field.
Well, bet-wise, it's Jets plus 2.5, and the over-under is 45. I would not touch that over-under with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I would really just take it's really just a pick 'em.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em kind of game. I don't really care about the plus 2.5. I think you're just straight up Jets or Falcons, basically. Minus 2.5 Falcons is basically the same as a straight up anyway. I don't think that really makes much of a difference. So you're picking the Jets here?
I am picking the Jets here.
You're picking the Jets. I'm gonna go with the man. Dude, these teams suck.
They're bad.
Corey Davis is the man, though. Is Jamison Crowder playing? Do you know? I think he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Jets as well. Then
Jets had 3 plays over 50 yards, I think, last week.
It's because Corey Davis, dude.
Yeah,
he's crazy. A deep threat. So that's enough about that game. Let's go on to Miami and the BUCS. It has an over-under of 48 that I kind of like the over on.
Is Tua going to be back?
No, it's going to be Brissett. But I still think Devontae Parker is basically, it's kind of like a Corey Davis situation where I think they at least score 17 here. Miami.
Is Mike Gesicki a top 5 tight end? As long as Brissett's playing.
I think he's better with Brissett than Tua because Tua has a little bit more mobility. But I'd say top 7. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I think there's no way that they don't score like a good 17 points here, which then that's asking you, are the BUCS going to score 31? Which is...
Oh, well, will the Dolphins secondary give Brady trouble? Is another question.
Well, if they didn't have Antonio Brown as a 3, I would say yeah. If they didn't have Antonio Brown as a 3, I would say yes.
They won't have Gronkowski as their, short pass guys. So who is having the big game in this game?
I would say if anybody's going to do something, it's going to be the guy to burn. I think they're going to play Mike Evans really well. I would say Chris Godwin is the best play on the BUCS side. I'd say the only big play I think would come from him, or obviously Antonio Brown is always kind of a thing, but I think Mike Evans is the one that struggles against the secondary. For sure.
I take BUCS here.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking BUCS as the pick. Dolphins is plus 10, which isn't enough, but it's semi-intriguing because they're pretty good, and obviously the secondary is really good. I would take... I don't know. Bucks minus 10 though. That's rough. I don't know if I'd take that. Do you think so? Yeah. Yeah. I I would say if I made a bet here it'd be Bucks minus 10 and damn. That's tough as hell. I would do it. I lock me in Bucks minus 10 and over 48. I feel pretty good about that. I think. Oh, well. All right, let's go on to the Eagles at the Panthers. The Eagles are +3, which I think is a pretty good spot for them, actually.
McCaffrey's back, I believe.
No. Well,
Are you sure?
it's he's not for
I think
sure
he's a game.
ruled out.
I think he's a game time. Yeah, he's a game time
not for
decision.
sure ruled out, but I don't
Okay,
see.
so if he's back, or if he's not back, who gets more rushing yards? Hurts, or we'll just say Panthers running back.
I'm gonna say Hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna say Hurts. I could say. I mean, I think if McCaffrey does play, he doesn't get more than 7-8 plays from scrimmage. To be honest, the only
So does Darnold vulture another touchdown here in this game?
potentially he
Rushing?
might be S2. I mean, I think the Panthers looking as decent as they have, there's no reason to rush McCaffrey back whatsoever. I mean, DJ Moore is number 4 in the league right now. Robbie Anderson hopefully gets his shit together, and I think like for DFS purposes, if Robbie Anderson is like a full go, I could see him having a big game. Downfield, I think that's how you win this. Just because Hurts does have enough legs to possibly win this. Going to the first part of it, over under 45. Is that anything that interests you?
Let me take you over there.
What is that?
I'll take you over there.
You would take over 45. I think that's pretty good as well. I think. I think I would say Panthers -3 over 45. I thought about it. I'm very close on this one. I probably wouldn't bet it, but if I had to, I'd go all in and do -3 Panthers over 45. I'm gonna pick Panthers to win.
I'll pick the Eagles.
Okay. All right, next one. Saints at WTF. What the? Washington football team, and Saints are -2. Jameis, what's going on, man? Is he gonna start?
That's one of my questions: is who gives the team a better chance to win? And just, I guess that's your best question: is who gives them the win? But I think what team is just better, a better offensive team? Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston?
It's Jameis Winston.
Overall,
yeah, it's Jameis Winston. I just think I also think that they could operate as a team that uses 2 quarterbacks. And I mean, that's a very unconventional thing. But they did it with Breeze.
Kamara, is Alvin Kamara's value better or worse with Taysom Hill?
I would say better. For fantasy purposes, Kamara wants Taysom Hill. For the Saints winning purposes, I think they want Jameis Winston starting.
I'll ask 3 questions. Can the Saints get over 400 yards of offense? Jameis Winston, I think he's only passed for, I think his top was like 220 yards.
That's a no. I see this a low-scoring game. I would 100% take the under 43 and a half.
How many targets does Kamara get?
I don't think a lot. I mean, I'd say probably...
Considering how he got 0 for the first time ever in his career last week.
I'd say six targets, 4 catches.
Do you think they at least address that issue?
Considering it led to a loss, yeah. You would hope so. I mean, they're not winning in the air on this for sure. Unless, they got to get some screenplays in there. I mean, their wide receivers just aren't it. I mean, right now, until Michael Thomas is back, I'd rather take the quarterback on the Redskins with Antonio Gibson paired with J.D. McKissick and Terry McLaurin and Curtis Samuel's back. So, I mean, I'm going to take. I would just take the money line Washington here, I think.
I mean, I would just hope that the Saints could get a win here, but I mean, Washington's a good team. They're a pretty good team. So, I mean, Heineke's been playing very well. Their defense is very good. Their defensive line is very good. Yeah, they will pressure Winston. So hopefully you would think that they would draw up some more screenplays and stuff for Kamara. Some
yeah, you would hope so.
Plays and stuff, but
I mean, I think half of their problem is they are kind of they're kind of an impatient team. I mean, I think they haven't realized, like, you lost Breeze, like one of the best quarterbacks to ever play, and they still expect the same results. And I honestly think something as simple as I could see the Saints benching Winston at halftime being down 14-10. Like, I could see that. Like a very big jump for no reason, and that would probably lose them the game, so I'm picking Washington.
Pick Saints.
What is that?
I'll pick Saints.
You'll pick Saints. All right. Finally, something different. We've been kind of on the same board this week for things. Titans at the Jaguars. Titans are minus 4.5, which kind of surprising. Do you know status on AJ Brown and Julio as of right now?
They're questionable. They haven't been ruled out.
Okay.
Deemed a full bill of health. And then with that being said, do the Jaguars get their first win if they both sit out, or at least one of them sits?
My answer is yes either way. I already have myself marked as the Jaguars. I don't want to touch the 48.5 over under. I don't want to mess with that. But I'll take the plus 4.5 Jaguars for sure.
Honestly, I think the Titans are 2-2 right now, and both of their wins have been mediocre. They had one good comeback, but again, their wins have been mediocre. Their losses have been even worse. I honestly think they need to win by a block here to feel good about the season in any way.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot lose to the Jets and then come in again and struggle to another defeated team and just claw to win. They shouldn't have to do that, even with injuries. They're a far better team than the Jets, and lost and struggled all game, and had multiple opportunities to stretch the lead and failed. So I'm just hoping that this isn't more of the same. Jaguars, to me, are a better team than the Jets. So if they struggle in any way, the Jaguars could put them down quicker than the Jets did. Probably did. They got Robinson as the running back. He's very explosive. They can score a lot of points quickly.
They have a very nice wide receiver core, and on the defensive side, their secondary has been very solid too. I mean, they're giving Kyler Murray a struggle. You know what I mean? And that's a mobile quarterback that Tannehill really isn't.
DJ Chark is out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
He broke his leg or something.
Broke his ankle.
MCL. Yeah.
Yep.
But so the offense, I mean, on that, even with that being said, if you're the Titans, you have to just capitalize here, get this win, and again, you don't feel good about it if it's not being blocked, because you're facing two defeated teams in a row, and again, you shouldn't struggle either.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the biggest reason why I'm picking Jags is same division. And the worst division, It's very common that the worst team in the division beats the best team in the division at least one out of the two games every year. It's very common. So, I mean, there's games in the past when Tom Brady was around where the Jets have beaten the Patriots in one game.
Right.
It's the same division. They know the players more. They play harder on defense and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Jaguars plus 4.5 here. I think if you wanted to guarantee your money, you'd combine both. So I would do so you could take one bet Jaguars minus four, Jaguars plus 4.5 and over 48.5, and then on one side take the I would say Titans minus 6 with the over, and you just balance out the money to where you'd make either way. You could definitely play around with those two lines, and I think guarantee you make yourself some money either way. May not be a lot on the Titan side, but you could definitely make money betting on both sides. Because no matter what it was, I would give on the Titans bet, I would give the Jaguars a little bit more points to make that more expensive, and then combine the over on either bet.
Yeah. I mean, it could. I mean, either way, it could help. It could be good or it could hurt you.
I mean, if you
I
threw $20 to $30 on each one, I think you'd probably still walk away with $20 profit, which isn't a whole lot, or maybe $40, something like that, which isn't terrible. I mean, I can't say that about a lot of games. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one. If you want
I
to,
picked Titans.
you picked the Titans. Yeah, sorry, forgot to ask you that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to start the next one, we're gonna do Lions at the Vikings. Lions are plus 10.
Lions plus 10.
I got Lions plus 10 at the Vikings.
A few things noted for the game is, I guess, most notably is Dalvin Cook either evened his touches or was outpaced by what is it,
He had
Al-
more than Madison.
Alexander Madison.
Alexander Madison, I believe it
Well,
was
I mean, what was it, 14 to 12?
I snaps itself. I was just looking at the touches and it was like a
No, I'm saying
eight to
touches
6.
overall. Oh, 8 to 6, even worse. I thought it was like 14 to 12. But so yeah, that's something to monitor. Is Dalvin Cook's health status? You know, is he fully healthy? Are his touches monitored? Where is that? Because that will dictate basically how the game is going to be played. How many touches is he going to get in this game?
I think it's going to be better, but I would still say just a quick fantasy tidbit. I say sell high on him. I say if you get something good out of this game, trade him.
The only, I mean, other than I'd say the only viable, well, other than DeAndre Swift, Hawkinson. He had two straight touchdown games in the first 2 weeks, almost 100 yards in each of them. He was looking to be one of the top 3 easy tight ends. Hasn't seen much targeting the last few games. Does he get back on track? And if he sees himself having a good game, do you see the Lions potentially making the Vikings struggle here? If the Vikings, if the Vikings are limiting Cook, are they struggling here?
No, I think it's kind of the other way around. I think you're not going to see Cook play all too much because of them facing the Lions. I don't think they're going to have to use Cook all too much. As far as covering, I think that's very possible. Like, I got the Vikings to win no matter what, but I don't think but I don't feel comfortable with minus 10. I think the Lions could definitely cover 10, but I don't see Cook getting. I think he's gonna get more touches than last week, but I mean that's about it. I don't think they're gonna have to use him, and they really shouldn't. I could see this being a probably 3 touchdown game, Kirk Cousins, and I could still see Swift hitting 100 yards from scrimmage. So I mean, I could still see Lions score 14-17.
I got Vikings to win as well.
Yeah, I got Vikings to win, but like I wouldn't tell you not to bet Lions plus 10. I mean, it's probably It's probably pretty good. Do you know what that is, Lions plus 10? Do you have it or
Uh,
no? If you don't,
I
I'll
mean,
just put it up on the screen at this
no, I
point.
mean
But
at worst it's minus 110. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty good. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and if you want to make that bet, I don't think that's that bad. Lions plus 10, I think they can cover. But going on to the next game, Broncos versus the Steelers, it's actually even. There's no points either side, is how I have it.
I have it as minus one, but Steelers. But yeah, a few things is will Ben will he just not even him? It's the whole team. The whole team is just seem off sync. To be honest, you watch them play. I mean, I don't know if you watch any games, but even if you just go through the highlights and everything, it just watching them go through an offensive play is just kind of painful. They just seem just their routes are run wrong. Ben's throwing it one way and the wide receivers are cutting another. It just seems like they're all constantly off. It doesn't even seem like with Matt Ryan you say, "Oh, this guy's losing it," but with like Ben, it's just like something's up with the team. But like last year, they were a very good team, and you thought they could actually win the Super Bowl at a point of the season. And now it's just like, what the heck's going on with them? So it's pretty much all the same team. So again,
Well, Deontay Johnson, I think, is the most talented wide receiver on the team, has faced health problems. Chase Claypool's coming in this game questionable. Juju said, I think, not last week, but the week before. They've had wide receiver injury problems between all the top three guys, and they've underperformed when healthy. They've been very uninspiring. I think Juju Smith Schuster is looking kind of obvious, at least to me, looking like a product of Big Ben and never really too impressive, to be honest with you. I think it's all on
I don't
Ben.
think it matters how the. I'll just go here. I don't think it matters how the Steelers play. I mean, the Broncos are a good team, but they don't have Judy. And I think that if the Steelers just play very, very well on defense, if they get Bridgewater to throw his first interception for the season, one of two quarterbacks to not throw an interception yet this year, him and Russell Wilson. So I think if they can get that first interception or at least cause some turnover or two on defense, I think that it doesn't matter how the Steelers' offensive team plays, or
Yeah,
side plays. I think that the defense will put them in such a good position that they will ultimately just win the game decisively.
yeah, this might be my no bet of the week here. Yeah, I would say this would be my no bet of the week. That's really hard. I wrote down Steelers here. I'm going to go Steelers, but I think it's going to be an extremely low scoring game.
Yeah,
Like, I think that 40,
potentially.
over under 40 has a potential of under, and that's pretty
Yeah,
crazy. I think Broncos get nothing done on the ground against that Steelers pass rush. That Steelers,
yeah.
the
I can
defensive
see the
line.
Steelers winning like 14-3,
I could see.
14-10.
I think this entire game falls onto Najee Harris. I think he could lead the team to a win on the ground. I think he could be more effective than Ben on the ground because I mean that pass. I mean the secondary on the Broncos is obviously very good, but no, I don't like the bet at all on this. The minus 40 has some potential, but not enough to bet. I don't want. I mean, if it ends up being -1 when you guys check and Rockies was right, mine wasn't. I would still. Yeah, you know what? It's not going to be my no bet. I would take -1 Steelers in this one. And that's all about that's about all I got on that one though.
I'll take the Steelers there.
You're gonna take the Steelers as well. All right. We're gonna go to Packers at Bengals. That has a 50.5 over under. What do you think about the over under?
I agree with it. Will AJ Dillon continue to cut into Aaron Jones's touches in playing time?
I would say no. I think you're gonna see AJ Dillon worked out a bit more in the easier game for the Packers. I think the only way you would see him getting touches from Aaron Jones in a harder to win game, which I do look at it this way, would be if Aaron Jones struggles with pass catching, which he has in the past. You know, you could point to him. Ty Montgomery or Jamal Williams in the past has became that wide receiver catching running back. The pass catching running back. So to me, it's not that surprising if he does cut in time, but I think Aaron Jones is kind of on fire, really. Like, I am unaware as what his best years look like, but this is like top end Aaron Jones in my head here. I would take the -3 Packers. I think. I need a second to think about that. You want to go ahead? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we see no turnovers by. I think we need no turnovers by the Bengals, or basically the Bengals to score first for the Bengals to have a chance in the game.
I don't like the 3. I think like that's my biggest issue with it. Is
What?
-3. Like they could definitely win this game by a field goal and you'd lose the bet.
That would be a push, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, who wants to do that, right? You're supposed to be winners around here, man. I don't want to push. I don't want to get my money back. I either want to make my family rich or have to explain why we're broke for a week. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I would take it. Actually, I would say -3 Packers with the over 50.5 here is what I'm going to go with.
I'll take the Packers for 2.
I think it's going to be a great game, though. I really do. I think it's going to be really good. I'm sure some people might hear this and think, like, really against the Bengals? But it's a great matchup, honestly. There's just some teams that are better matchups against one another as well, too. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but no, I think it's going to be a good game here. Are all 3 wide receivers good here to play on the Bengals side? Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and
Not Boyd.
T. Higgins?
Not Boyd.
Not Boyd? Oh, yeah. That's for sure a lock in then. -3 Packers over the 50.5. I feel good about that. Do you want to go into the next game?
Which is?
Which is Patriots at the Texans. Patriots -9.
I probably would take the -9 with how Mac Jones played. It's really just the only questions or anything I have to say about this. I mean, Patriots win hands down. Only questions I have about the game are: is Jacoby Myers health? He went down in the game. I know he continued to play last week, but he went down hard. He did seem to be in a lot of pain. What's his health status? And just can Mac Jones continue his strong performance? Was his play the product of the hype of the game, or was it the emergence of who this kid is and is he showing us? I want him to show us in this game why it was worth the Patriots cutting Cam Newton. Right.
Well, the thing is, my answer to what you said is it's kind of both. It was a product of exactly what that game was, but his coach Belichick versus Tom Brady, one of the best of all time. It's a mixture of that and his talent. The thing is, without that push of like this is the most important game of the year kind of feeling, I just don't think he has the weapons to do it. And that's not really a fault to him, but I don't think he has the weapons to keep doing it. Now, can he beat the Texans? Yeah. Do I want to give him 9? Not really. I could see a touchdown or two even between special teams and defense on the Patriots side on this one. I think more than anything else, the Patriots defense and secondary looks very, very good. And someone I don't believe in is the Texans quarterback. So
whoever it may be.
Yeah, I could see a defensive touchdown and or even a special teams touchdown. I think Patriots win. I don't want the -9. And I could see the Patriots winning with only a touchdown thrown and say 1 on the ground. Is how I could see this ending.
Yeah.
I would
Patriots.
I would take the under 39.5. That's
Yeah.
about where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel good just taking the Patriots. I would rather take 9.
You would rather take the +9 Texans?
Take -9.
-9 Patriots? Okay. Yeah, that's just not something I'd rather. I just rather not gamble on them. Going on to the Bears and the Raiders. Got the Bears +5.5 at the Raiders. From what I've been reading up on Josh Jacobs, it doesn't seem too good. I don't think he's going to be full health at all. I think he's going to be pretty limited. And I also believe
I think that matters very much in this game. I think Montgomery's probably not going to be in the game. Even if he is, I think
yeah, no,
they're a lot.
I don't
I think
see anything.
the Ravens are a
happening on the
lot to
ground.
cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think anything happens on the ground. I think Kenyon Drake has looked pretty trash this
Right.
year.
And at that point, it just becomes the passing game. And,
well, the thing is, why it matters is, I think, something that Derek Carr could use against the Bears, which the best thing about the Bears is our defense, is a pass-catching running back, and I don't really think he has that between a limited Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake, so I think that is a factor. I think the biggest factor on the only chance of the Bears winning to me has to be Allen Robinson having a great game, which is not impossible.
I mean, it's really just Coach Gruden's a better coach. Derek Carr is a better quarterback, and overall with Waller, Ruggs, my boy Hunter Renfrow, they just have a better overall receiving core. So that plus that equals a Raiders win, and I think by more than 7 points here. So I think the spread is a lot here. But I would be fine being surprised as well and being proven wrong.
Okay. So I'm going to mix it up here. I'm going to say Raiders win, and I will take the Bears +5.5 over 44 as my bet.
I would take the Raiders with the -5.5 for sure.
I could see this being a win by 3 points. Honestly, you've obviously seen from Derek Carr last minute wins, which could happen if Fields is playing well. I think the over 44 is very safe on this game, no matter regardless of anything.
Well, I guess the key points in the game, I guess, is the defensive line versus Derek Carr. Because if they can give him pressure, then they can make it a game. Other than that, if they don't get pressure, he's gonna just rip them apart.
Yeah, it's either rushing Derek Carr on the Bears defense or Allen Robinson on the Bears offense are the biggest factors of this game. And Henry Ruggs. I mean, I don't know that the Bears could cover him super well because we definitely lose the guy deep very often. So it's hard to say. I think it just all really matters on our pass rush, and then can we turn even a turnover into a touchdown. We've shown that that's not always has been the case so far too. So it's hard to say, but I'm going to pick the Raiders. We're both picking Raiders here, but mine is Raiders, but Bears covering 5.5 with over 44, and then you're saying Raiders -5.5, and that's it? Or are you taking over as well? Under? No. Neither?
I would take the under, but if I had to take anything.
Okay. All right, going on to the next one is the Browns at the Chargers. The Browns are +1. What do you think about this game here?
Well, my key point is if the Browns are going to have more rushing touchdowns than the Chargers passing touchdowns. I think yes. I think that they will try and basically control the clock. I think this is one of those And I feel the same way as the Bills and Chiefs game, but on an offense, more of an offensive standpoint, where the Browns are defensive with their offense because they grind you down with their time of possession. They control the ball. If they have double the time of your possession, you have very, very little opportunities to come back on a team. So that's why the Browns don't care when they beat you 12-7 or 17-10, because they know that they're grinding, and that 7 is 14, 17 to other teams, because they can literally take a ball and chokehold it for a good 8 minutes. And if you're in the fourth quarter down 2 touchdowns and you're staring at that barrel, it's not a good thing to try and overcome. It doesn't happen very often. That's why the Browns are a successful team. I think that you'll see the Chargers kind of shown their not Achilles heel, but one of their weaknesses is that they're almost at a point they're too good of an offense. So it's like when they score too quickly. But when they don't score, they go 3 and out. Or so they give up their good field position. So that's why you'll see so many oftentimes is the Chargers are tied. I think I forget who they're tied with, but they're tied for the most blown games by leading over 10 by double digits in the last 2 years, with 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So, and that's because they're almost too good of an offense where they score too quickly. And then when they don't score on the football, they give it up because they'll go 3 and out because they don't have much of a running game. Even if their running back is a glorified slant route, a mini wide receiver. So I just feel that the Browns will grind them down and show them what it's going to be. Basically Baker Mayfield, the clock and time manager, the manager of the game, compared to, your gunslinging, touchdown, 500-yard, Justin Herbert. He can easily here the Browns too as well. The Chargers could win in a blowout. But
I got the Chargers here.
Yeah. If the game goes how I'm thinking, time of possession rules all in football, and if the Chargers do not play well defensively, it doesn't matter what the Chargers do offensively, because they will not be able to outpace what the Browns do on offense if the Browns have twice the time of possession. Just there's not anything they can do about it. Basically, at that point, the Browns will be able to dictate whenever they give up the ball. Mm-hmm. If they run more time off the clock, they'll run more time. If they want to score faster, they can score faster. But the Chargers don't have that luxury because they don't have a 1-2 combination of Chubb and Green. And then on top of that, having a guy like Odell Beckham Jr.
Still, I think the biggest factors are Odell Beckham and Keenan Allen here. Odell Beckham has yet to kind of show that spark that we have seen in the past. Keenan Allen kind of as well. I mean, he only just got his first touchdown last week, I believe, and he's been pretty average at best. I don't know if that's just a result of Mike Williams doing as well as he has, but I think Keenan Allen on the Chargers side and Odell Beckham on the Browns side are the biggest factors. I think Cleveland's running backs are going to get theirs either way, and I think Mike Williams as well. Now, yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends. I think they need Keenan Allen to avoid... They need Keenan Allen at his best this game to avoid those 3 and outs. Like, they just can't happen. You can't give the Browns the ball to just hold on to for that long. That's how you lose this game. I think if the Chargers can get up early, I think there is a chance they could catch Baker Mayfield for a pick or something along those lines. I have the Chargers winning this -7.
With all that being said, I do have the Chargers in this game because I have a feeling that the Chargers will flip the script and slow their offense down. And I predict there to be over 15 rushing attempts for this game. And
From
basically try
Eckler?
from no overall on the offense, but I'd say at least like 15, which is more than average on that team. Yeah. So I think they'll flip it and try and control more of the clock. You'll definitely see Herbert still probably passing over 30 attempts, but I think that they will run more than they are comfortable with,
I think
than they have been.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I mean, if the Chargers can look at, I think there's a good chance the Chargers take a look at this game and try to run it the way Browns would. You know what I mean? Use their method kind of against them, and they have been using multiple running backs pretty successfully. I mean, it seems to be none of them hit 10 carries a game, but all of them have had pretty good run yards per run. So yeah, I think Chargers take it at home with the -1 there. Going into the next game, Giants at the Cowboys. Giants are +7.5.
I have Cowboys winning by a blowout. Dak Prescott going for over 400 yards this game. But then you have the question of how good are the Cowboys? How good are they really? Are they a playoff team if they win this game? I mean, if they win by blowout, no struggle, and just look flawless, if
they win this game by 14 or more, I think they 100% will win their division, which would make them a playoff team. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I like the Giants 7.5 here. It's just a division game. I think as good as the Cowboys defense plays.
I think I said this last week, but the Giants, and since Daniel Jones has been quarterback, have been the team to cover more than any other team. They've covered the spread more than any team in football.
7.5 is a lot for a division game.
They cover the spread when they're the underdogs. I have to change what I said because obviously they don't cover much spreads when they're.
No.
Well, to be fair, most of the time they're.
Yeah, most of the time they are the underdog. But to me, I mean, I believe in the Cowboys. It's not really a knock on them. It's just 7.5 is a lot for any division game. I think, like I mentioned on the Wednesday show, that I think Saquon is looking healthy. I think Kenny Galladay is looking healthy. I think Daniel Jones is kind of, getting in his comfort zone. You're gonna, I believe, or no, Shepard's still out, right? And Slayton. Yeah, that's unfortunate. No, they're still out a couple guys, but I still think they take this. I mean, or at the very least cover. I have a feeling that they win it. I don't know. I like the +7.5 either way. I don't care about the 52 over under really. Oh no, I wouldn't touch that. I'm gonna stick with my original gut call. Giants win, so I'll take the 7.5. I mean, I guess in that case I should just take the straight up. No, if I were to bet, I would take the 7.5 for sure.
Cowboys.
All right. 49ers at the Cardinals. 49ers +5. I'll come on straight right up saying DeAndre Hopkins, I think he's going to come out hungry as hell and go off this game. And 100% I'm taking Cardinals -5.
Yeah, I'd take Cardinals -5. I don't have much to say about this game.
1,000%. That's the biggest thing I have to say about this game is I think DeAndre Hopkins, you could see this potentially being one of his games of the year.
I mean,
you know how much people are talking about him right now? It's hey, what's going on with him? Or, what about this? Or is he slowing down? Or this? Or no. I still think he's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah. Um, my main thing I had written down was who's playing for the 49ers, and does it even matter in this game? I think no, it doesn't. I think the
I wish I
Cardinals are
knew
just too
Jimmy
good.
G's status right now. I don't.
Yeah, I don't. But again, I don't even think that matters. I don't think he'll be playing in this game,
I don't think it
which will
matters. And the
it'll
biggest,
turn it into an okay game, into a blowout. But
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I think they'd be better with Trey Lance in this game, only because I think, say, if you just take, like, say, Jimmy G was playing, I think regardless, their running backs don't do anything against this Cardinals defense. But if there was a better chance for them to do better, it obviously would be with the mobile quarterback. So I see Debo Samuel having a big game here. Like, I can see him over 10 catches. But other than that, not really. I mean, I'd say the 49ers score like that, but what is that, 49 and a half? Like, I don't know about that. I would say no. I would take Cardinals -5 with the under 49 and a half. Is that the over under you have?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I would go with. Cardinals -5 with the under
yeah.
49 and a
I
half.
don't know if I would take it though. Under? Oh, I would take the under. I wouldn't take the.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I would take the under there.
but I take Cardinals here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do my favorite
Yeah.
two games here. Sunday night, Bills at the Chiefs. Bills are
Last
plus
game, yeah.
3. The
Was last
Colts and
game?
Ravens are Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We don't really don't talk about the Monday night game
49ers and
because it's
Cardinals are the
supposed to.
Sunday night game, right? And then Bills Chiefs Monday night, and then Colts and Ravens are Tuesday night. So yeah, so the Monday night's Bills at the Chiefs +3. As
Oh, I
much as
thought
I
Bills
like,
and Chiefs were the Sunday night game.
the way I read it on NFL's website was saying Bills and Chiefs were Monday night game. I don't know. I could have read it wrong.
No, Colts and Ravens are playing Monday, and Bills and Chiefs are Sunday night. It's a Sunday night
Oh,
game.
it's a Sunday night game. Okay, so Sunday night game, Bills at Chiefs +3. As much as everybody knows here, I love the Bills. I love Josh Allen. I could see them at least going to the Super Bowl this year. They're my favorite team to watch, other than the Colts. But unfortunately, at Arrowhead, I don't think this is the time and place. Fantasy
I
wise, this is nuts. I mean, I think I'm intrigued
I
of
have
the
Bills winning here.
56 and a half.
I have Bills winning here.
You have Bills winning here. I'm
Again, this is another on the more of the offensive side. Is the team who wins the time of possession in this game wins the game, hands down. It could also, very easily come down to the whoever gets the ball last. It could
yeah.
just be one of those unfortunate circumstances of who got the ball last.
Yeah.
Diggs versus Hill. Diggs has been good this year, but he hasn't had any ball games. Is this the day?
I think he has a blow up game here. No, I for sure think he has a blow up game here.
Uh,
The
and
main
the Bills lock down Hill. I mean, there's a lot of factors in this game.
I regardless though, I mean, Bills are marked number one defense right now, at least for fantasy. I'm not 100% sure in, the NFL as a whole, but I don't think that they have any way of shutting down Kelsey. And the minute you get Kelsey going and they start double teaming him, that's when they start doing shit on the ground with Hilaire and their other guys like Hardman, going for the sweeps and just different stuff like that I think opens up the offense way too much. And that also with them playing at home is always huge. They've won a lot of games. Their home stadium really goes a long way as far as their fans and them winning games. They've always won bigger games that they shouldn't have won, even at home. And now they're sitting at, obviously Super Bowl champs in the last 2 years. So as much as I love Josh Allen, I think this game's going to be crazy. I'm going to say -3 Chiefs, but I'm going to take the over 56.5 because I think Josh Allen goes nuts.
I think he's scoring 5 total touchdowns, and I'm gonna say the Bills win.
I wish I agreed with you because I freaking love Josh Allen and the Bills, and I have him everywhere in fantasy. So it's a win-win, right? I make the bet and I win. If I win, I make money, and then if I lose, I win fantasy. It's a win. But going on to the Monday night game is the Colts at the Ravens. Colts are +7. Do you have +7?
I didn't look up that game. I didn't know we were doing the Monday night game.
Yeah, so I'll talk through it then really quick because I'm the Colts boy. I always got to talk Colts.
I figured that's why we were. I'm like, I should have thought about that.
Yeah, Colts all day. I'm taking the points though. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. I'm taking the +7 Colts here, no doubt. 46.5. I wouldn't touch. I could see it being under, but I wouldn't touch it. I think Carson Wentz plays better than you would think here. I think the Colts has the right kind of wide receivers to play this defense. They have a lot of those dink and dunk good time of possession, slant wide receivers. They don't really take Carson Wentz, especially. I don't know if it's health wise or just how he's running in this offense, but they don't really make those dumb Hail Mary bomb mistakes that end up as picks. He's just not making those throws. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be able to get on the run all too much, but I could see this just being an overall pretty decent game, and I could see the Colts playing Lamar Jackson really hard. I think that's my main reason why I take the +7. Not necessarily from the Colts offense going crazy and scoring a lot, but I think the Colts for sure can shut down Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might see Marquise Hollywood Brown pass by for one. Sure, that's always a possibility, but I could see him getting a good 4 or 5 sacks in this game on Lamar. For sure. But is there anything you want to say really quick? The over-under is 46.
No. I was just going to say, I'd say Ravens win, but that's about it.
But you wouldn't bet -7 on them?
No.
No. Okay.
No, they've struggled too much against even good teams, bad teams. They've just been weirdly badly good this year.
Yeah, they're just that kind of team. Some teams just come across that way sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. I got the Colts though. Last thing here is, let's see. What is it? Tonight's Seahawks and Rams?
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Seahawks.
I got Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Who passes for more, Stafford or Russell?
You said the other day. You literally said Seahawks.
But I don't like what I've been reading all about Chris Carson. I don't think he's gonna play tonight.
Like being confrontational. He's got a neck problem. Who cares? We have Alexander. What is his name?
You don't even know the guy's name. You're screwed.
Alex Collins?
You don't even know the guy's name. Alex Collins? Yeah. I picked him up in fantasy. Go pick him up. But when he sucks, don't get mad at me.
No, he's actually a beast. I'm fine with him. I told you that I think the run's going to pretty much be abandoned anyway.
Rams won. Rams win at the bottom of the 6.
Never.
I think they got it, man. I think they got it. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. Me and Rocky appreciate everybody watching. And please leave a like and subscribe if you liked any of this content. And take a look tomorrow at the DraftKings stuff. I'm going to do that again. And go participate. Throw me a comment or two in there. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you think I should do, shouldn't do. Because I'm open to new things. I just don't really know too much about the app yet.
Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.
Take care. Bye-bye.